Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So, it is here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. It's pretty much 10 years after its release. This game that was initially developed by Infinity Ward, it is now back remastered with the help of Binox. So they are using their latest version of the AW engine, which is the engine, the in-house engine that Infinity Ward and all of the other Call of Duties have been using to power up the graphics. But I was expecting this game to be DirectX 12, but in fact it is not. So first of all, I will describe you the graphical settings, because unfortunately I wasn't able to change the language of the game, so it is forced into Portuguese, and I know that you guys are not Portuguese, so you won't be understanding anything. So I'm playing with 1080p, VSync off, unlimited amount of frames, so this is the FPS cap where you can select it. Alright, so I'm just going to put unlimited. Pretty much the resolution scaling in here. As you can see, you can select any resolution that you want. So I'm going to use 100%, which is 1080p. This stands for all the texture settings pretty much. This setting in here, it is disabled, which is fill the rest of the VRAM. It is not useful. And this is the shadows. Alright, I am using extra, and I have the sun cache disabled, and all the caches for the shadows are disabled, because if you kind of enable them, if you enable them, it will consume more than 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and we don't have that VRAM to spare. It doesn't change anything in quality, it's just if you enable these settings and you have enough VRAM to use them, you get better performance overall. But pretty much what I'm using in here, it is maximum settings over here. And I just have this little anti-aliasing setting disabled, which is super sampling anti-aliasing, which is too much demanding, nobody uses this. But all the rest of the stuff, it is completely maxed out. Alright, that's what you should know. 1080p maxed out, caching disabled because of VRAM, and no super sampling. And as you can see with the recommended settings, these guys recommend 12 gigs of RAM, and they also recommend a GTX 1660, which is superior to our 1650 Super. But what happens in here is that at 1080p, despite we are below the recommendations, I got an average of 117 frames per second and a 1% low of 93. Although if I decide to use 1440p with maximum settings, the average was 83 frames per second with a 1% low of 63. And 4K using median settings, I got pretty much an experience above 50 frames per second. So for this video, anyway, I decided to go with 1080p using the maximum settings, because at this scenario, I know that 1440p it would be above 60 frames per second, but I'm not really sure if all the scenarios, all the maps available on this game will be as stable as this one. So it might happen that you are playing at 1440p with max settings, but there might be a scenario or a level where the game will be slightly more demanding, and you kind of will get frames under 60 frames per second. So for overall stability, I would recommend you to play with 1080p maximum settings, because it provides a very good frame rate. And anyway, I'm pretty sure that if you brought the GTX 1650 Super, I'm pretty sure that your main resolution, it is 1080p. But again, if you want to play at 1440p with maximum settings, the experience will be very good with this graphic card, none of the less. Alright? As for the game itself, you can get the game for $24.99 on Battle.net. This is, well, an exclusive for Battle.net. You can't get this game on Steam or even Epic Store. You just can only buy it on Battle.net, unfortunately. And despite it is $24.99, and I really consider this remaster to be very good, because they did rebuild all the assets in game, and that is a ton of work in my opinion. It is still a little bit expensive because this game doesn't bring you the multiplayer of the Modern Warfare 2, so you are just paying for the single player campaign, which you are going to finish one time, and put it aside probably forever. So it might be a little bit expensive in that regard, but if you really enjoy their campaigns and if you miss the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, this remaster have done a great job remastering. I think it's really acceptable. I like the graphics and the textures are really good in my opinion. Alright, so guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Hope you've enjoyed the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Keep an eye out for civvies. We're not clear to engage unless they fire first. Scan the rooftops for hostiles. Stay frosty.
You see anything?
I got nothing, dude. This place is dead.
Overlord, Hunter 2-1. We're passing Tunnel Harvey. Cross Street Elizabeth. Roger that, Hunter 2-1. Proceed with caution.
Alright, stay frosty, you guys. This is the Wild West.
Roger that.
Watch those alleys.
Cover it.
Mobiles, balcony, 12 o'clock. Probable militia. Are they armed? Negative. They're just watching us.
I bet they're scouting us.
Yeah, but that don't mean we can shoot them.
Can you see him? Can you see him?
I don't see Jack!
All Hunter victors. This is Sergeant Foley. Prepare to engage. We're taking sniper fire from multiple directions.
Speed him up!
We got a ton of contacts front and back.
Get the strut out! Let's go!
They're moving around upstairs.
Get the hell away from those windows and secure the top floor. Move! Move! We the hole! Contact! None of Get a flashbang in there! We get a man down! Hunter 2-1 to Hunter 2-3. I have eyes on the school. Over.
2-1, we got combat ineffective here! We're taking heavy fire from the school! Can you assist? Over!
Keep it together, 2-3. We're on the way. 2-1 out. Squad, on me. Let's go. On the right. We're watching. Some of them is running classroom on the right. Hunter 2-3. Hunter 2-1. We're in the school. Heavy resistance.
Copy that, Hunter 2-1.
Keep moving! We need to take the heat off of Hunter 2-3! Roger that.
Hunter 2-1, this is Hunter 2-3. Thanks for the assist. We're leaving over.
Roger that, 2-3. Stack of discs! Yeah, I see him! Stand down! I think I saw one run into that classroom. Police! That's the party, you're 10 o'clock! I don't have a shot. Clear! Hunter 2-1 actual to Overlord.
Hunter 2-1 actual, this is Overlord. Send traffic.
The school is secure and hostiles are withdrawing from the area. We're just mopping up now.
Solid copy, Hunter 2-1 actual. Proceed with caution to the rally point. EPWs may still be in the area, over.
Roger that, Overlord. Out. Watch for enemy stragglers! Let's get to that rally point!
أخذنا بعض الإصابات ولكن سيطرنا عليهم.
Yeah, I see him!
Gentlemen, good work on taking the town. Private Allen, you'll be taking orders from me from now on. I'll brief you on the chopper. Let's go.
Battalion is Oscar Mike!